Hey guys, how you doing? This is EJ Uno, and I am back with another video, a great video, something I've been wanting to do for a while, been thinking about it, and finally I came up with it and I got it. I wanted to come up with the game that made us. And I was looking at TV one day and I was looking at the toys that made us, and I was like, you know what? Nobody ever made nothing about the games that made us. We all came off of games. We all know the great games, the sport games, the fighting games, the role playing games, all this stuff that made us from when we were kids growing up. So I like to present a video called The Games That Made Us. And this is just one of many that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to jump right into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell button, and let's get right to it. Okay, if you're new to my channel, my name is EJ Uno, and don't forget to hit that bell, share, spam, comment, whatever you want to ask me, tell me, criticize with me, whatever it may be. It really helps the growth of my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate it. So, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while. I was really, as a kid, I was really into games, and it just one game that stuck out to me that I wanted to begin this segment with is the almighty Mortal Kombat. I swear that was in everybody's home. It used to be a neighbor that I used to know. They used to come outside like literally every day and say Mortal Kombat, and I swear it was in everybody's brain. You came out, you just once you heard that, it was so great. Back then, we didn't have GameStop. It wasn't we could go to the store and go to GameStop. If you have the same type of retail stores like I did in my city. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. We had to go to Blockbuster. If not, we had to go to Snooks, which was a grocery store, to rent out the games. But you guys know that back then, when you rented out a game, it just wasn't one time you rent out of. It was like $3.25, and I swear by the end of, and it was like $3.25 for 2 days. By the end of the week, you're paying like $20 for the game. Back then, the game was like $20 to $29. Back then, that was like $60 right now to kids that buy video games right now. But back then, it's just like we didn't. It's just like renting out, was like a little bit more cheaper to us. But then you look at it in the store, it was like $29. Mortal Kombat came out. It was such a crazy game. It was in every household. It was a company called Midway that made the game. Came out with 7 great characters to begin a lifetime of games, a lifetime of a trilogy, of more than a trilogy, of Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3. But the beginning of the challenges that came out was a character by the name of Johnny Cage. He was a flashy guy, had the martial arts, clean cut, white boy, really cool. Kano with the metal plate on his eye, with the laser gun, with the laser that came out of his eye. Once again, he knew martial arts. They all had different techniques of martial arts. Now, where it gets good is they came out with the God, the Thunder, Raiden. Raiden flying across the scene. I can't even remember what he said. All I do as a kid, I remember he was like, "Aloo." No, that was Ryu. I'm sorry, but he just flew across the screen. I don't know what he was saying, but I thought it was just so cool. The next one is Liu Kang, the I believe the Chinese the Chinese martial art guy, basically the other side of Johnny Cage. And then the 2 ninjas, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, born enemies, but they were my greatest characters. I love Scorpion just because I'm a Scorpio, and I love Scorpion. I thought he was the most coolest one. And then Sonya. They were all the 7 characters that battled the Emperor Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung. And it was just so crazy. On from Mortal Kombat 1, they came out with Mortal Kombat 2. They came out with Mortal Kombat the movie. They came out with Mortal Kombat 2, the other movie, Mortal Kombat 2 that really wasn't that good. Mortal Kombat 1 was awesome. Oh my gosh, the lines were crazy back then to see that movie. It was just crazy. But tell me if you guys remember the finish moves that they used to do. People thought it was gory, so violent when you would hit somebody off the bridge, they go flying up and then hit the ground and then hit the spikes. It was the coolest finish move back then when we did it. Um, I saw like in Walmart they have like a little mini Mortal Kombat arcade game. I had to pick it up because it was just such a remembrance of when I was a kid. I thought it was the most coolest thing. I swear I thought it was the coolest thing. I said I had to pick this up. It goes back to me being a kid. I thought it was so awesome. So I went to go pick that up. And playing it brought me back to the old times. It really did. Check in for the Mortal Kombat arcade game in Walmart. Pick you up one. But getting back to it, yes. The if you guys remember these characters, and then it went on to different characters that they brought inside of Mortal Kombat 2, which was Reptile. Who else? Ermac. I mean, just a whole lot of them that when they were like you in Mortal Kombat 1, you didn't get to play with them, but you saw them out in the, you know what I'm saying? Like they would be in the shadows. They would peekaboo. Do you guys remember when they in the Forest of Dead when the director used to come out the tree and we go woo and when you did like an uppercut or whatever, that was so cool. I remember so many things from Mortal Kombat. Tell me what you remember from Mortal Kombat. Comment below. Tell me what you remember from Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, or even the movie. Tell me what you remember. I thought this was the most coolest game. I gotta tell you, when after you got it, it was such a family attraction. Even though it was so violent, it was just like we didn't go out there like people nowadays and go and pull guns and all this stuff. We literally took our anger, our frustration, got off work, got mad, did the schoolwork, got mad at whatever classmate we're mad at or whatever, bring it to the game, plug it up, and we just went at it. And you know what I'm saying? It was such the coolest thing. I remember sitting back and playing with my brothers, playing with my sister. Oh my gosh, we used to have so much fun with that game. It used to be so crazy. Among other games, that was just one of the games that was just really, really cool. And let me see what else that I remember about like Mortal Kombat. It's just so many things. I remember Scorpion with the harpoon. I remember when on the first Mortal Kombat, because I don't think this was on the first Mortal Kombat, but I remember when they used to bring out the finish moves. Oh my god, they back then a finish move was so hard that I used to think back then. But now when I see a finish move now with the new Mortal Kombat, oh my gosh, what I wouldn't give to have those finish moves that I used to do back in the past with what I do now. Oh my gosh, it's so hard right now. But I remember when we used to do a finish move, and Liu Kang used to turn into like a dragon, and Scorpion used to take off his mask, and you see his skull, and he just blow fire onto you. What else was it? Johnny Cage. I remember he wasn't a finish move, but I remember he used to do the splits, and he used to hit you right in the crotch. That was so awesome right there. I'm trying to see who else had like a cool finish move. Man, I can't remember right now. Oh, Scorpion. I mean, not Scorpion. Sub-Zero, when he used to freeze you into a block and then knock you, do an uppercut on you, and then knock half of your body that was in an ice frozen thing and knock it half off, whatever. Oh my god, it was just the most awesome thing. I remember practicing at home and then going to the arcade. First of all, let me tell you let me stop you right there. Let me let you know. Well, I used to practice at home all the time on my Nintendo. Back then, it was only out on... No, it wasn't out on Nintendo. It was out on Super Nintendo. I remember that. Super Nintendo... Nintendo was just Mario and that type of stuff and Contra and all that stuff. Now, when Super Nintendo came out, that's when the games just got good. You know what I'm saying? So... So I remember when that came out. I don't even think it came out. I don't think Mortal Kombat 3. I don't think that came out on Sega and Dreamcast and all those things until like it started hitting like Mortal Kombat 3 and then Mortal Kombat 2. I guess they went backwards on it. But anyway, I remember those. I remember that like you had to have a Nintendo in your household and you had to have the Mortal Kombat. It was just so so cool, whatever back then. So I wanted to take time out, start this new segment of the games that made us. I hope you enjoyed me talking about what I did with about what I'm bringing to the table with my new YouTube channel. I hope you guys like it. Comment below, let me know what you think about it. And like I said, spam, share your comments on your best game, on which or would you like for me to talk about. Iterate on more with the games that made us. So this is EJ, and I'm out again. Stay blessed. And what is the game that made you?